Hey friends, welcome back to Vincent GD's Super Channel G. Look how incredible these Civil War, Marvel Legends, Captain America Civil War look. They look absolutely incredible. I can't wait to show you. And why do we have two of these? You'll see. And I just can't wait to dive on in. So guys, if you have not already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe below. Hit the notification bell next to it so you're notified every time we have a new video come out. Talk to us in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. And yeah, what do you say? We go ahead and get started right now.
What is up, Vincent GG?
Vincent GG, Super Channel G.
Super Channel G.
GG.
Vincent GG from Super Channel G.
Super Channel G.
Vincent GG on Super Channel G.
So tight. Don't stop doing what you're doing.
Congratulations on all your success.
Congratulations on everything.
I will see you on the TV on
Super Channel G.
God, is this great!
All right, friends. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Again, these are the incredible Captain America Civil War action figures, the Marvel Legends from Hasbro, and they look so great. I can't wait to show you who's in this set. Well, it's not technically a set, but in the overarching set, right? So we have Iron Man, which I believe is in the Mark 46 suit. We have Bucky, which is the Winter Soldier. We have, of course, Captain America. This is the star of the movie. And we have War Machine. We have, actually, this is an Iron Man Mark 27, like a concept suit that kind of just came in this 2-pack. Now we have the 46 armor, I believe, that Iron Man, but this is after the brawl or during that he has with Captain America, which he's all messed up right here from the fight. We have, and maybe after the scene at the airport, right? In Germany, we have Spider-Man after the big brawl on the tarmac, and we have Giant Man and Giant Man. And this one is the Build-A-Figure, and this is the special edition one. So let's just dive right on in. Let's see who's in here. And as I mentioned, there's a couple of figures that overall I still need to look for. I could not find my Black Panther, which was from this Build-A-Figure set, which it probably won't take me long. I could probably find it if I look for another hour, but I wasn't prepared to go into the storage and go because I wanted to get this video out right away. And then there is Scarlet Witch, who was in the other version of this Build-A-Figure set, which was kind of interesting. And so the other one that was released, there are two different sets, but anyway, I know that there's a Falcon also, but these are the ones we're gonna take a look at right now, and I'm excited to open this one. So which one do you want to do first, guys? I'm pretty sure if you're like me, you want to do this one first. So let's dive right on in, and then we can take a look at these outstanding action figures right here. So what do you say about that? All right, great. All right, and here it is. Couldn't wait any longer. Captain America Civil War, this incredible 3-pack that features Spider-Man, his very first appearance in the MCU. We have Captain America, who is a little beaten up from the brawl, and we have Iron Man in the Mark 46 armor, and we have some heads to be able to swap out. That looks absolutely incredible. We have some blasts coming from right here that you can switch out in the hands and in the feet. And let's take a look at this package. Look how absolutely gorgeous this package is. Because we have Iron Man on one side, we have Captain America on the other. And that is ultimately what it came down to, the split between these two best friends, how everyone is forced to choose sides. And of course, if you remember the movie, how incredible it was all because of the Sokovia Accords. So let's read what this write-up says back here. God, these look absolutely incredible. So it says, Captain America Civil War. When the lines between right and wrong are blurred, which heroes will emerge victorious? And there you have it. So let's bust this bad boy on open. I love how it has this window right here so the light can shine in instead of it like that. Boom! Look how great that looks. Looks absolutely incredible. I'll take a quick picture actually, now that I said that. Okay, cool. So, let's get this open. Let's slide this right on out. And take care of this package. Wow, look at this. Let's get these guys out. And look how great this Captain America shield logo looks right there. Alright. You know, let's go ahead and honor Cap first. Bring him on out. And let's be careful. Let's push him from the back a little bit. There we go. I have done this and cracked a figure before. So, let's take a closer look. Let's get closer right here. And let's see what we got. So look at this head sculpt. The head sculpt looks great. The paint looks okay. I love the color. I love the way it's kind of worn looking. There is a lot of bleed, so I'm sure you can notice that. But the color and the mold look absolutely incredible. Look at this. Look at that. Look how great it looks. Love this little emblem right here, the Avengers logo on his suit. I love the straps that he has right here, chin guard. And so, let's see what sort of articulation we have. We can turn the head a little bit like that. Goes all the way around. Let's see how far back and forward it goes. So, it goes this far, well, decent amount down, because it does have the joint there. So, decent amount down. Look at that. And let's see how much back. And a decent amount back. Wow, that actually looks great. Okay, the arms click as they go around the shoulder, and wow, without having the butterfly joint, the arms go pretty far back on their own. That's great. Okay, moves up over here above the bicep. We do have double joints, and wow, look, the arm definitely comes in really well. This is great articulation. So let's see what kind of movement we have at the wrists. They do go back and forth well. We do have two closed fists, so he's ready to start punching. You know, he can do this all day. Spins right here at the wrist, goes back, you know, a pretty good amount back and forth, so that's good. It's almost a mirror image, both arms. Clicks here too. And then we have ab crunch, which clicks has about 2 stages, 1.5 really. This turns right here at the waist, that's outstanding. And we have the belt, which is little utility belt. You don't ever really see him reach into. And it's not permanently glued down, so that can float a little bit. Let's see how well the legs move. So far, moving outstanding. So it moves in the high part of the thigh. Both legs. We got a pretty strong build right here at the knees. Look at that. We have this extra joint right here on the shin, which I'd actually prefer it not be there, because your leg doesn't naturally move right there anyway. Look. So at the ankle, we have some great mobility there, and it pivots. So you can definitely get some outstanding poses with this action figure. And so Cap's ready to go toe to toe right here with anybody who wants to fight. And then let me show you the head that we have here to swap out. You know, the hair and the face sculpt looks, this one looks a little less like Chris Evans than this one does. This one actually looks great. So I don't want to swap them out. I really like the way this one looks already. So I'm going to put this head back in here. And we do have his shield over here with Spider-Man, because as we all remember, Spider-Man stole the shield right off him. And look how it's all scraped up and damaged with just the paint, really. But that looks outstanding. So it would be really cool if we could attach right here where the shield would go, like in the movie. That would be outstanding. So anyway, you can't, but it would be great. Okay, awesome. So I'm gonna move Cap back here. There we go. Put his shield right here for the moment. And let's get Spider-Man. Whoa. And he's got no additional accessories. And if you'll notice, the shield doesn't really count as his accessory. So let's get closer here. And let me just say, this is one of the best Marvel Legends Spider-Man I've ever seen. It looks absolutely outstanding, and I love this little washed look almost. I like how it has the very defined spider web lines there. And yeah, looks absolutely great. And look at this articulation we're about to jump into. So let's see how the head moves. It moves really well forward. Pretty good back. Look at that. Tilts slightly, turns really well. And it's a little looser than I would have liked, but it still holds wherever you put it. So let's say that. Okay, we do have butterfly joints. Look at this. So you're gonna have outstanding articulation. Look, it goes so far back and forward. Moves really well at the shoulder. So this is outstanding. For Spider-Man, you definitely need this extra joint right here. Okay, turns right here above the bicep. We do have double joints, and look how great that looks. You can even make it look like he's on the phone. Hey, Aunt May. And that looks great. Let's move his arm down. And let's see what we can have. The web shooting hand turn up and down and around. Same thing here. We have a fist, moves back and forth and spins. We have double joints, and looks like there we go. Move in pretty well. Now that I moved them, they are a lot looser than I would have liked, but they still hold again. So that's the important part. We have this epic ab crunch. Look at that. Turns at the waist. And look at this sculpt. Look at this paint. Look at this spider symbol. That looks absolutely outstanding. Okay. The legs definitely have great articulation. Look at that. You can pose these really well. They come higher than a 90-degree angle. So that's outstanding for jumping, for posing. Good double joints right here at the knees. It does not move right here at the shin, I'm glad. And we have some good mobility right here in the ankles. So we can have him web shooting away. Look at that. We can probably even get him set up with a, look at that. Where is the dynamic figure stand? We can set him up right here. Look. And we can fix that pose a little bit so it doesn't look just so crazy. But for now, you know, looks pretty good. And, you know, we could actually even have him doing that classic look right here where the feet kind of come together, where he's coming down from the ceiling. So that would be awesome. Look at that. So that looks great. Let me just make sure this is gonna stay. Give me a second, guys. Okay, sorry, and actually I'm like, you know what? He didn't do any of those crazy comic book poses necessarily in the movie, so let me have him looking more like he did during the movie, during the action sequences. So let's do that. What do you say? And let's bring the shield out. And later we can do more poses with the dynamic action figure stand. So we can definitely do that. And you know what? Should we have him having stolen the shield? You know what? Maybe so. Because that would be fun. There we go. So, and this arm isn't long enough really to hold this. There we go. So let's just lean him across right here. That actually looks pretty good, except he's falling backwards. For now, very cool. All right, so let's move on to our Iron Man. This Iron Man looks absolutely outstanding. And let's take all these out. So all these blasts, we have blue ones, we have the yellow and orange ones. Let's pop our Iron Man out. And here's the head. We can swap it out with, which looks, again, looks okay. There's a resemblance. It's not like dead spot on, but it's good enough. Why am I losing focus here? Sorry guys, there we go. Okay, I'll put that back right here. There we go, set this aside. Let's take a look at this incredible Iron Man. And I love, again, the paint jobs on these. Look at that. Okay, he's got this burn damage right here. Remember when Scarlet Witch dropped cars on him? That was pretty crazy. Look at this awesome sculpt. He's a little looser than I would like. Right there at the waist, or I guess the rib cage where he turns, because he does not turn at the waist. But still looks great. Let's see how far. Okay, so the arms are only gonna come up that far because this is like permanently on. So his arms actually don't come that far up, which I'm a little surprised. Sometimes they'll still go further up. It goes all the way around pretty well. The head turns. Let's see if it does go back. Wow! Ooh, epic fail. So the head goes back that far before it pops off and goes down really far forward. I love this arc reactor, look at that. So he turns right here to the rib cage, and his legs really, on this ball joint almost, only go out ever so much. They don't go forward very much, look at that. They don't even go to a 90-degree angle. He couldn't even sit down if he wanted to. We have some strong double joints right here at the knee. Look at that. So that's outstanding. And then we have some pretty good articulation right here at the heels. So the ankles. Now, he's not supposed to have crazy Spider-Man poses, but you know, I would like his legs to articulate a little bit better. I will say this, since this piece right here on the arm and the hand doesn't extend beyond the wrist, you are able to flex the hand back, which is not something you can do on all the Iron Man figures. So that's great. So you might be able to get a really cool action pose of him and Captain America, you know, fighting just like in the movie. But you can't get a full knee bend up, so that's the only unfortunate part. Look at that. So it's about as dynamic as you're gonna get with this action figure, but that still looks great. So let's see what these look like. That looks pretty amazing. There you go. And we're gonna see the other figures, and you'll notice that these blasts are different. So, and then the color of them, the red metal does look a little different too. So, again, very cool. The blasts, if they were these orange ones, look like this. Look at that. So that looks incredible. And let's see what we can do for pose in this. There we go. Look at that. So that looks pretty outstanding. Here we go. Put him right over here next to Spider-Man. I'll say that looks pretty great. All right, so let's move on. Let's see what we got next. Fix this a little bit. Which one do you want to do next? All right, so which one do you want to do next? I say we have these already out here. We may as well have the reason for Captain America Civil War, or one of the biggest reasons, and that is Bucky, here, the Winter Soldier. This is a Walmart exclusive, and as a matter of fact, found this in the clearance a while back for $9 instead of the 18 something that usually is. So here's some great artwork. Definitely looks like Sebastian Stan. This one, pretty reminiscent, and this is what the box looks like, so I'm pretty excited about that. But clearly the box is all beaten up, so this is a really cool action picture we got going on here. And let's see what the back says. It says, Winter Soldier is a fierce combatant and an asset in battle, no matter which team he fights for. Let's get this bad boy open, and these are all brand new ones that have never been opened. So, I'm excited about this. Let's get him on out of here. Again, look at this, really cool Captain America shield emblem. And let's get Bucky out of here. Push him out from the back. And let's get both of these weapons out here. These are actually pretty cool looking. So, let me set these aside. Keep this box. If you don't keep them protected in the box, the plastic will sometimes begin to warp on you. So just be forewarned. So, all right. So we've got good head articulation. We can definitely pivot that well. Head goes this far back, this far forward. Got a pretty good head sculpt right there. Would have been amazing if we had a head to swap it out with, which I think we got later on. And, well, I forgot. It's not the Winter Soldier. My bad. I'm over here thinking he didn't wear that in this movie. But we do have those on the other action figures, so got a little ahead of myself. Look how great this arm looks right here. Looks awesome. It definitely moves well. Let's see the articulation on both, because it's not the same arm. It does move pretty smooth, clicks a little bit to hold in place, but it's, ooh, this one didn't want to come back down for a moment. But turns on the high part of the bicep. We do have really good, basically 45-degree angle elbow on that arm. Let's see on this one. Oof. This one looks like it could come in more, but as it starts to hit, you may not want to push it in more. But, oh look, there we go. It actually came in pretty well. Cool. And so we can move the wrist back and forth, around. There we go. It looks like we have like a trigger finger hand. So you can have the gun on either one. This is part of his body sculpt. This gun in his holster right here. He's got pretty good ab crunch. Clicks nice and loud. This right here is utility belt. Is not glued down, so it does move. Moves at the waist. And let's see, he's got some really good, strong double joints here at the knee. It does hit here, so it doesn't come in any further than that. Moves well at the ankle, and it does not move at the shin, which I'm glad. These are cool boots. Look at the sculpt. The sculpt on the pants. Now the legs don't go any higher or further out than that, but that still works out really well. And just check out this great Sculpt. Alright, cool. Let's take a look at these weapons. I don't know about the color on these, but they look really cool. I don't know about this brown and black combo. Would have preferred, silver and maybe gunmetal gray, I guess. So this is how this one looks. But since his arms his hand is aimed down, it's kind of an awkward hold, which we've seen that before in Marvel Legends. Let's see what this hand looks like. Nope, looks like it's angled also. So unfortunately the guns are angled down, and this one didn't even stay in there. These fingers, I don't know if they're strong enough to hold it. Or it's too loose. This one, the gun actually, look at that. So it's angled down. So it's not the greatest one to have an arm extended out. It's kind of in a non-lethal, non-threatening position. So we can have him holding the knife. Would be good to kind of hold out like that. So that works. So that works pretty well. We can probably just have him standing like that. Let's put him back on his back leg and getting in a defensive stance. And so if I can get him to stay, it'll actually look pretty cool. So I think that'll work pretty good. Except his waist is kind of messed up there. There we go. Let's do that. There we go. Uh-oh, look how loose his waist became. That's kind of weird just from posing him like that. So in any event, he looks pretty great actually. Alright, cool. That looks pretty awesome. So why don't we scooch everybody on over? That'll be good enough right now. Look at that. Look at that Iron Man. Look at this Spider-Man. Look at this Captain America. They all look absolutely astounding. I think I said outstanding, which is, I guess, supposed to be like outstanding and astounding at the same time. Okay, moving on. Let's see what we got next. Let's go ahead and do this incredible 2-pack right here. This is Marvel's War Machine, of course, and look at all the incredible accessories. And then we have an Iron Man Mark 27 concept series. So never made it in the movies, but looks really cool. Look at the art right here. It's absolutely wonderful. And let's read what the back says here. So right here, and look at that beautiful artwork right there. Again, has the window on the top. It says, Marvel's War Machine. War Machine is ready for action with his battle baton and the best in Stark technology. And over here, we have Iron Man Mark 27. Iron Man enters stealth mode with the camouflaging capabilities of the Mark 27 armor. Okay, interesting, because I'm like, camouflaging capabilities, but he's bright purple and orange. So let's get this open. Let's get these on out. And let's see what we got in here. There we go. Oop. Come on out. And they all have that. Oh, I was going to say they all have that really cool Captain America shield. But it turns out they don't. Look, that's an arc reactor. Put this aside. There we go. And let's take our War Machine out. Oh no! Oh, there you have it. Again, why you gotta push them out. just a little while ago, and let's make sure we get this popped back on. Luckily it was simple, and then I'm over here kicking everything now. So let's take a look at this war machine. Look at this beautiful paint job. Well, it's bleeding a little bit here, but look at this sculpt. Look at that. Lieutenant Colonel James Rhodes. This looks nice and bulky. He looks mean and fierce, and when you lift the arms, these actually lift. That did not happen in our Iron Man figure that we just did a little while ago. And so he turns right here at the just below the rib cage. And this looks like the legs have slightly better articulation than that Iron Man. But look at this sculpt. It turns right here above the bicep. Let's see, we do have double joints at the elbows, but I can't imagine them coming in further than 90-degree angle because of where it hits right there. Look at that. This looks amazing. Look at that. Let's see how much the wrist moves. Turns and moves back and forth. But obviously it's not going to move too far back because this restricts it. So that looks absolutely outstanding. Look at that. Can't get over the sculpt. The sculpt looks gorgeous. Look at that. Look at the legs. And then he's got that joint right here. But these legs move a whole lot better than the Iron Man one. So we just had the 46. So these look outstanding. Again, a lot of love went into making this figure. Look at the suit legs. And then we have good articulation for the ankles, not great because, oh man, gotta pop that out. But because they're very much restricted by this. Hopefully this doesn't keep popping off now that I've pulled it off. I'm like, well, I guess they do come off a lot easier than normal. All I did was push down on them. Okay. So, let's see if I can get this to just pop on real quick. And we'll keep going. Okay. So, let's take a look at his arsenal. Well, I'm sorry. His head moves this far back and this far forward, and then tilts a little bit. But look at those eyes. Looks great. And so we do have some extra hands, some fists, which is perfect because he'll make a fist when he's shooting. A mirror image of that right there. Look at his battle baton. And we have this smaller closed one. And we have all these other cool weapons right here. Which I'm like, they should insert right there underneath his forearms, and then we have this shoulder cannon. So let's attach everything. Shoulder cannon. Is okay. So I take it would normally. Okay, this one's gonna go here, I guess. Look at that. This one's gonna go here. Or, let me see. This will go here too. Interesting. Let me get the box again. Make sure, yep, this one will go here. And like, so nothing goes in this one? But if we so choose, we can have these. These go right here. Look, should open. Oh man, such small details. Open and close, and we can have these attach right here. Look at that. And then you're gonna have to correct me if I put them backwards. Remember that? Let me know. Look how cool that looks. Like, do I have them backwards? So that looks great. You put this battle baton right here. Pull out this little artifact right here on the chin. Bring his gun up. And there's no red paint right here. Like, thought there was gonna be. Get him to stand up nice and strong. Like, will this go anywhere else? No, it doesn't fit. Right there. Put that away. We can put these back away. I think this looks plenty fierce. Oh, that part keeps coming out. So we're just gonna leave it like that. I have him with his battle baton. And we will put this right on over here. There we go. Perfect. So now let's get this Concept Series Iron Man out. I will say it looks really cool. And let's see what we got here for this cannon. Now it's soft plastic, so it's a little stiffer than you'll typically see for a weapon like this, so I am happy about that. Let's see where it attaches. I guess it would attach like this. And let's see how much pivot it's got. So that would go right here. There we go. So that looks cool. Let's take a look at this head sculpt. Look at that. This purple and this orange look kind of cool. Indigo. This arc reactor is just kind of oversprayed right here with like airbrush or whatever. Cool. These come up. Look how cool the shoulders look. See, the head goes pretty far down. Let's see if it will pop out. It goes about that far back. This blaster right here. I love how it's kind of like metallic-ish. The fists move this far forward but not back because it hits right there. The arms do spin completely around, but there's a little bit of restriction there. Moves in the high part of the bicep. We have double joints at the elbows, which is great. Look at that. But we don't have any other hands other than the fists, so we can't, for example, attach these blasts coming out of here. We can perhaps have them coming out of the feet. Oh no, they fall right out. So they weren't the right size. It moves right here. The rib cage. We have, some okay articulation right here in the leg. As far as the hip. Wow, I like this knee guard right here. So we got a really mean knee joint right there. And let's see how much the foot articulates. It articulates okay, because it's very much restricted by this. But look at this incredible sculpt. I love the paint color. Ooh, that's definitely got some paint chip right there. So the paint job's not perfect, but the colors are really cool. Let's see what we can do. This is the only accessory right here. And this moves like this and then side to side. So maybe we can turn this up right here. We can have this coming up like that. We can have Iron Man looking like that, and that's actually a really cool pose. There we go. So let's set them up right on over here. Now, just keep in mind, this is going to be the only one that's not Civil War, obviously. But nonetheless, looks outstanding. So let me set this aside. And we'll keep moving on. We have one more. And then one more, which is this. And then we have our 3 other figures. So let me get this set up a little higher. And we'll move on. Okay, and here it is. The moment most of you have been waiting for. It is Captain America Civil War Giant Man. And this looks absolutely incredible. I've been sitting on this for a while already. Obviously not literally, but yes, figuratively. And I've been wanting to review this for so long with this incredible Iron Man artwork right here. There's sparks flying. It looks just incredible. Look at him growing there. It's a beautiful package. It's got the airport in the back. This is just, this package and this action figure appear to be made with a lot of love. And look at this awesome action scene right here. So let's see what it says. It says, Giant Man. Scott Lang goes giant-sized to join Captain America in battle against other heroes. So there you have it, Giant Man. Let's get this open. And let's celebrate how great this one is. I'm so excited. Again, this beautiful logo right there. Giant Man. Now this one is the newest one, the most modern out of all of them. The other ones came out around the time of the actual movie. Look at this. Set that aside. And look how he's in there to make him fit. When I first saw this box and I saw him kind of crammed in there, I thought it was online, like a fake picture. But it's real. It's every bit real. Look at that. So let's pop him out. And as I look at him, I will say this. This was an action, well, definitely an action figure I was excited about, but Build-A-Figure that I was so excited to build when it first came out. Look at this, is really soft plastic. Let's take a look at this head sculpt. And one thing that we know is that Paul Rudd's eyes are really expressive, and they wanted to be able to see his eyes through the helmet. So we got some blue right there. We got this beautiful head sculpt. See how far back the head goes. Not terribly far back, not terribly far forward. It does pivot, it does turn well. So that's good. Let's see what we can do with these arms. Okay, looks like we can't come all the way down. Looks like the arms are going to stay kind of out, which is interesting. We're not going to be able to put his arms down. Let's make sure you press it, because look, it's moving down in ways I don't want it to move down. So apply pressure forward right there so it doesn't pop out. Well, this is about as far as this arm's going to come in, and this one looks like it may not want to come in any further. Let's try this one last time. Definitely don't want it breaking. Okay, there. I was able to get it in a little bit more. Okay. So, look at this beautiful texture on this sculpt. Look at this Ant-Man suit. Wow. Paint's not perfect, but it looks great, and the color's amazing. Okay, so we know the arms go around. We know they'll go out, but I guess because the part of the joint sticks out so long that this will move here, and I'm afraid over time it may crack. So we're able to move the arm right here. The double joints that bring us not quite a 45-degree angle, but almost. Let's see. The fist goes back and forth and around. And then this arm is very similar to that one. This one's a lot looser, like on the elbow, on this part of the joint. The wrist goes back and forth, and the hand's open. So I think this is clearly almost identical to the Build-A-Figure, but we'll look at the main differences in a moment once we're done with this one. Let's see. The legs have really smooth knee articulation. Look at that. So that's good. Turns the high part of the thigh. Moves pretty well. I'm very impressed how it moves right here at the hip. Look at that. And then look at this knee joint. Chunky double knee joint. That's great. And then what appears to be really good ankle articulation. Look at the boot. And what does this say right here? Does this say 2016? It sure does. Why? Because this is the same sculpt. Where they use at least the same mold. So that looks wonderful. Look at that. I was so excited to get this Giant Man. I really don't have any complaints. There are a couple of key differences. The other Ant-Man, the Build-A-Figure, had like flaps coming from the shoes. Well, he's a little looser here than I would like right here. But otherwise, some accessories would have been nice. But honestly, it's gonna sound crazy. I wish it was bigger. I wish it was a full-blown, 12-inch figure or whatever. But he definitely looks outstanding. Look how tall he is compared to everybody else. I just really wish he was like, would have paid extra to have him even bigger. So, yeah. Look at that. What's that? Some sort of regulator right here on the belt. Where's the regulator? Anyway, love this action figure. And here he is in relation to everybody else. So let's move on. And next, I think we should do the Build-A-Figure Giant Man, so you can compare the differences. Ooh, I can't get him to stand ready. Look at that. That looks awesome. And let's bring him down so you see. Look at that. Okay. Awesome. Let's compare him to the Build-A-Figure Giant Man. And this Build-A-Figure Giant Man, there are some obvious differences right off the bat. Look at this helmet. I'm actually surprised that this one looks better than the special edition, in my opinion, because look, it looks like real metal, looks worn, which is good. Despite the fact that this one's newer, this one definitely looks a lot more plasticky. They have the same material they're made out of. You can still see the eyes. And look at the paint. Slightly different color paint. Looks like we have the same sculpt. Everything else overall, we have blue. The same spots, or most, I guess, because when you look at this forearm, look, there's no blue there. Take a look at the back. There's no blue there. So it's very subtle. But look at the shoes. Interesting, the tongue is like sticking out of the shoe on the Build-A-Figure. So overall, almost identical. But one part that was difficult for me was that the leg never really fit very well. It just, when you start to pose it, it just pops off. So that was difficult for me. And I'm still not 100% clear on if it's the thigh or the leg which is too loose, but you can still pose well. It just is annoying that it pops off. And then this arm, well, let's take a look to see how we can pose the arms. I guess they don't come down as much as I thought they did, actually. But look at his belt right here. I like this color gray better. Oh, there went his leg. And I hop back to it. But yeah, this is one of my favorite Build-A-Figures of all time. So you gotta support this when you move it, otherwise the leg, just look how readily it pops off. So that's unfortunate, but you know what, maybe I can put a little bit of super glue in there or along here, let it dry and make it tighter. So that's one thing I can do. And you know what, let me see if I can get them to look like they're battling. Wouldn't that look really cool? So give me a second. Okay, look at that. That looks absolutely amazing. And I'm actually excited to have both. And we can just make up our own storylines and say one is Hank and one is Scott or whatever. But look how great that looks. Looks awesome. And you know what? Let me get an Ant-Man just so you can compare the size. We've already done all this. Why not, right? Okay, give me a second. Okay, so here is one version of Ant-Man. And you'll see the size he is in relation to everybody else. This one you cannot see the eyes. But there we go. The paint's a little different. The suit's slightly different, obviously, because actually I think this is from Ant-Man the Wasp one. But look how cool that looks. Looks absolutely amazing. Gives you a little bit of idea, like the size of these bad boys. Okay. All right. Very, very cool. And let's move on to our last action figures that we have for today. And of course, we can always add the other ones. Very cool. So in doing so, let's move everybody out of the way. Let's actually move this Ant-Man, who's not in this set, away. And let's take a look at Captain America and Iron Man. And so it's going to be these two. So let's take a look at Captain America, of course, again. And this is the one from that Giant Man Ant-Man Build-A-Figure set in 2016. And look how great he looks. Look at the head sculpt. Look at the paint. And of course, very similar to the Captain America. But this one doesn't have his outfit all worn from all the fighting. There's the really cool Avengers logo. Let me actually back out a little bit. Sorry guys. There we go. And everything else is pretty much the same. Look at that. Those fists, got those fingerless gloves. The belt is even, not glued down. We got some good ab crunching. The head comes. Actually, the head looks like it doesn't move as good as the other one. Interesting. The clicking shoulder as it spins. It's got actually pretty good articulation. Look at that. Outstanding movement right there on the elbow. The legs do move well. We got a really good chunky knee joint. It's loose here on the shin, which I'm not excited about that, but overall this makes for an outstanding action figure. Look at the shield. And this shield is pristine. It is not having issues with having been in a lot of fights. So there we go. Look at that. I love the detail on this action figure. So again, I don't like that the shin can move because that's not a natural movement. So it doesn't help anybody. So I'll probably just glue the shins down eventually. So there we go. Let's set them aside right here. And maybe we'll try and do the epic pose from when Iron Man and Cap are fighting. So let's take a look at this Iron Man. And look how great this Iron Man looks. Oops, there's a little piece of plastic coming off right here. This one is a little more plastic red looking than metallic red. I love this blast. It's not just blue, but it has this white frost a little bit on it. And again, he's an outstanding mold. Beautiful paint. And he's essentially just the other Iron Man, but with a clean suit. The head moves pretty far back and forth. Look at that. The arms go all the way around the shoulder, but we do have restriction on how far we can move it because of where it hits. And look at that. Moves the high part of the bicep, above the bicep actually, because it's about a 90-degree angle to the elbows. Let's see if we can get it to be straight. Well, it's not completely straight, but again, you can push the hands back so you can attach blasts coming out, and it's right here below the rib cage. But you're gonna have extremely limited mobility right here on the hips, and then like this one settles back down. I pull it out here, and then it very quickly settles back down. So there's some challenges there. A really good thick chunky knee joint that it even clicks like a bazillion times. And since there's no armor coming right here at the boot for his legs, it actually has really good articulation for his feet. So that looks great. Look at the sculpt, and let's compare both. Let's compare this Iron Man and this Iron Man, so you can see side by side comparison. Look at that. There's some silver right there. Look at that. Oh, interesting. This one has silver here, but it doesn't have it here. I wonder if that's just a mistake, or they were all like that, which would still be a mistake, but I wonder if they were, if it's just this action figure. Look at that. Beautiful head sculpts. Okay, and then let's look at the Captain America. And let's actually get this shield. Spider-Man. Let's look at the difference in shields. Look at that. And then let's look at our caps. So, of course, very similar. But this one's got the battle damage. Look at that. Different color blue. So that really stands out right away. But overall, almost the same action figure. Like, what about the dates on this one? This one actually says 2013. Interesting. They just reuse the same one. But looks absolutely phenomenal. So guys, I'm gonna set everything up here, and then we will start wrapping this up. So give me a moment. Alright, so this looks like this is the best we could do, because Iron Man's leg doesn't bend any further forward than that. But I still think this looks pretty incredible. Look at that. You know, not perfect, but looks really cool. What are your thoughts? So, I'm totally digging it. Look at that. That might help. So guys, I want to thank you again for hanging out with us here today. So if you have not already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe below. Hit the notification bell next to it so you're notified every time we have a new video come out. Talk to us in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know where in the world you're watching from, and yeah, we'll be seeing you soon. Check out our channel page, guys. We got tons of other great videos that I'm sure you'll love. And until next time, thanks again for watching Vince and Gigi's Super Channel G. Peace.